SCP-5414 Containment Class Euclid Disruption Class VLAM Risk Class Danger Special Containment Procedures SCP-5414 instances are contained on a network-isolated hard drive in Standard Containment Locker 1264 at Site-51. Foundation web crawlers are to screen and delete SCP-5414 instances found on video sharing sites in order to reduce risk. SCP-5414 footage is only to be viewed by D-Class personnel. Current testing parameters require that a GPS transponder implant be placed in subjects prior to exposure. All reported deaths due to high-impact falls are to be investigated for possible SCP-5414 involvement. Description: SCP-5414 instances are videos containing footage of the sky taken from nondescript vantage points. Each video contains cognitohazardous cloud formations throughout the runtime. These formations primarily invoke feelings of calm and a sense of nostalgia in viewers. Exposure to SCP-5414 constitutes an inherent risk for a red sky event as described below. Red sky events. These events occur subsequently to SCP-5414 exposure, typically after 2 to 6 weeks. They follow this sequence. Upon entering REM sleep, the subject starts to dream. This dream begins from the point of view of the SCP-5414 footage to which they were exposed. The subject's perspective in the dream begins to rise into the sky without any feeling of force initiating or resisting the movement. This has been reported as occurring at various rates of acceleration, but most recovered subjects describe their ascent as gradual or sincere. After reaching available altitude, the subject's body will materialize at the position that they arrived at during their dream. They will begin to fall under the now present effect of gravity and eventually collide with the ground beneath them. From known red sky event survivor interviews, a voice is reportedly heard prior to impact. The voice has been consistently described as belonging to someone with a close personal relationship to the subject. The source is not currently understood. Testing is ongoing at this time. Presented below is an example red sky event test. Procedure: subjects are exposed to SCP-5414 in order to induce a red sky event. The procedures are conducted by head researcher Dr. Amelia Carlson. Subject: D4982. Dr. Carlson, we are going to play a video for you. If you feel anything out of the ordinary, we want you to let us know. Do you understand? 4982? Yep. Go ahead. Beginning playback now. Which begins showing a nondescript foreground silhouetted against a light blue sky, which is a mixture of large clouds as well as thin clouds at a higher elevation. Sunsets always get me. They're so beautiful. Are you feeling anything watching this? I feel like I'm at home. I had a west-facing window after I moved into my grandparents' place. I love to watch those oranges fade into reds and the blues grow darker and darker until the stars started to pop in. Do you have any other memories that this is bringing up for you? The day my mom died. Cancer. That night I sat there watching the sunset and just cried and cried. It had been a rainy week. But that night it was clear, not a cloud in the sky, just watching the big blue fade away and that tiny point of light dim for the last time. Video finishes. Thank you. That'll be all for today. Procedure: subject receives a dermal transponder implant capable of tracking his position. A body camera attached to a harness is secured to the subject, and additional implants are placed in the subject's brain which allow for communication during the experiment without interference. Subject: D4982. On post-exposure day number 22, the subject materialized at an altitude of 14,956 meters over Shinshui, Wyoming, USA. The experiment was conducted by head researcher Dr. Amelia Carlson and researcher assistant Dr. Carl Schroeder. D4982. What the fuck is happening? I'm falling! What the fuck? Dr. Carlson, it's gonna be alright. Tell us what you see. It's some pounding trees and lakes and shit. Am I gonna die? Don't worry. Is anything that is going on feel odd to you? I'm falling from the sky, you asshole! I understand that. Is there anything besides that? What the fuck is happening to me? That's what we're trying to figure out. We're here with you. Don't worry. Stop telling me not to worry. That doesn't make me feel any better. This whole thing is your fucking fault. Dr. Thornton, he's now at free fall velocity. At this rate, we expect him to impact at 4 minutes and 30 seconds. It's okay that you're afraid, but we need you to keep talking to us about what is going on so we can help you. Fine. I'm starting to feel something weird. What is it? I'm feeling like it's okay that I'm up here. I'm sorry about what I said before. Don't worry about it. We expect that kind of reaction to what you're going through. Is this happening because of the video you showed me? I kind of felt similar when I was watching it. That is what we think is happening. How are you doing now? I was worried at first because I thought I was still dreaming and now I'm falling through the sky. But it's all good now. It feels like I'm going home. Is there anything else that you can see or feel? Things just look normal up here. Actually, it feels like something is trying to hold me up here. Like when my mom held my hand keeping me safe. I want you to know that our team will be in place to get you as soon as you land. You don't have to do that. I'll be okay. Impact in 30 seconds. Unknown voice. Is that you, Mark? Yes. I missed you so much. Everything is gonna be alright. Don't worry. I knew I felt you up here. Come on, Mark. Come here. I love you. I love you too. End feed. Impact occurred 4 minutes and 50 seconds after materializing. Recovery teams were successful in securing the subject's remains and transporting them to Site-51 for analysis. Injuries and markings consistent with high-velocity impact were present. The only finding of note was an injury resembling a burn in the shape of a handprint found around the subject's right hand.